responded. Number one. Number two, what you are saying, we all know. Those of us who have been here for a while know how the NHQ works, right? That months will go into years and all that. You are a part of the NC. You attended the last meeting also. You know what happened to the so-called GM and the officiating director and what's happening there. So when the MOA says clearly that the chapter secretary has to maintain, why is it not being maintained? Why are you putting it on the NHQ? It is clearly saying chapter secretary, ma'am.
Okay. So the chapter doesn't have a membership division, which only the NHQ has. In fact, they already have a membership that it's a paid role in NHQ, that a membership division is there, and there is a membership, there's an officer who looks after the membership. We are totally dependent on NHQ for all the membership details. As soon as Mr. Sumit wanted the membership details, we have already written to NHQ, and we are waiting for the information to come from them. Once it comes from them, it will be made available to the members.
I'm sorry.
Just let me complete, Rajiv. While the same secretary, I have data on record with me which said that during the last elections, Excel copy was shared to people for canvassing with people whom they were friendly with. Whereas
It came from the NHQ. Mr. Sumit, it came from the NHQ, and we shared whatever came from the NHQ.
You had not shared it with us. Only on the last day after we got the national president's signature on it to share, you gave us a Word copy which could not be used at all. Are you expecting 800 members we will take from Word, convert it into Excel 5 days before the elections? So please don't give these excuses. Everybody knows what you have been doing, how elections have been rigged. Everybody knows for sure. And after 3 legal committees have given it, and there is a 7-page report, anybody who is interested, which I presented to the inquiry committee learned judge, and on the basis of which, and there are 2 sitting judges also who gave a judgment in our favor, the excuses continue. And what has happened about that? I find I didn't want to raise that right now because income and expenditure, that will be clear. So much of expenditure is being shown, and then legal authorities are saying this is re-election. क्यों हुआ भाई? Re-election इसीलिए हुआ ना कि वो ठीक नहीं हुआ था. Who has been penalized for that? All kinds of, don't tell me, I have all the records of rigging, I have all the records of emails, which even the learned judge, retired judge agreed to. So please don't give me these faltu excuses. I've been here 43 years, since 1982. So please don't give these stories. Enough of your stories. Reality is reality. You know very well what is the reality. Everybody knows who has taken any interest. Unfortunately, people don't read up. They don't go back and see. In the WhatsApp groups also, you see 2 steps above, somebody has written something that has not been read, and again that is being asked for. So those shallow members, I'm not talking.
Can we stick to the agenda points, Mr. Sumit, if you don't mind?
Please.
Yeah. No, we don't intend to spend 2 hours on one point. No.
Can I also use my 3 minutes on this agenda point? I'm Leena Sharma. Can I also spend my 3 minutes on this agenda point? I'm Leena Sharma here. Please allow me to speak.
Yeah, please go ahead, Leena ji.
Thank you so much for having this meeting on a hybrid mode. And my apologies, I couldn't join in person for some personal difficulties. Anyway, this issue of having a list of members at ISTD Delhi chapter has been raised again and again. We should stop functioning like a government office, and as per MOA, we should take the ownership of the members list here. That's my only submission, because we have to follow the MOA.
Leena ji, your voice is breaking.
I'm sorry for that once again. Am I audible now? I'm saying that this issue of having members list in the Delhi chapter should be taken up very seriously, and we should stop functioning like a government office that NHQ will provide us a list. Number one, many suggestions have been made before me that secretary and the chairperson should take ownership of the chapter members list. Otherwise, we will always be lurched when these issues are being taken up by the learned members. Thank you. And we should function according to MOA, which says that chapter secretary, and in that case, if the chapter secretary is not maintaining any list, then the chairperson should step in, being the CEO of the chapter. That's my submission.
Right, thank you.
I have two requests.
Okay.
Let us not think in terms of the time limit for the AGM, because Dhirubhai Ambani ko bhi जनता की आवाज सुननी पड़ती थी. You are the secretary today, you are sitting on the seat, and all members who are here are not here to criticize you as an individual, but they are all going to be talking in terms of the betterment of ISTD. So we need to take everything in the right spirit. Even if we have to invest some extra time, and अकिल की चाय नहीं मिली डिनर भी करा देंगे, लेकिन let us think in terms of at least having a good discussion around. Second, my request is, because I have been also doing very large scale programs with thousands of people joining me in my programs, somehow I find it totally unacceptable that to sanitize a list of 800 members could take us many months. I think you already have some list to begin with, जिसके basis पे आपने elections किए. Otherwise you admit that that list was faulty, so the elections were faulty. Let us admit that. Or just scan through that list and post it, whichever way it is, immediately tomorrow, so that at least members know there is some transparency in terms of the list, and ask people that in case they wish to make some course correction in terms of their contact details, they should do. और जब तक वो नहीं करेंगे, that remains valid, because आपके appointment letter भी HR में यही होता है ना, that communication sent to the last known address shall be considered valid and legal. So therefore, let us think in terms of whatever database you have and keep improving it rather than seeking more time about it. So that's a humble request that I have to make. Please.
On that, one small suggestion, not with these managing committees, but with earlier managing committees, I had created a very small suggestion that the PIN numbers are there. Can we request each PIN number, some active members of that PIN number to verify that, you know, these are the other people who are in your PIN code. Could you please, do you have any this thing, or any other person can update, you know. So that can always be done informally also. And then finally can be contacted. There are the previous list that I have, so many gaps in that. Even Rajiv Khurana's email ID and phone number, I don't know whether it has been corrected now. Maybe, yes. I found that was mistake.
This is my second AGM, so I've come here just to show that I'm still alive. That's the purpose of my visit today.
Madam President, one small point. I have come here to understand about the profession. If you're going to talk about membership and PIN code and everything, I think I would appreciate that we go to some professional discussion. I appreciate Rajiv's and Sumit's point. Point has been made, membership list to be scrubbed. I think we should not delay that, period. And let's move to the next point, because hearing about what to do about PIN numbers, whether 856 or 857, is not adding value, sir, in my opinion.
No, sir, during the election, that is what matters. And
Sumit, the point has been made that we must scrub the membership list, and that should be noted by Mr. Sahu and acted upon. That's all. Let's record that.
Right.
Some date, 2 months date, within 60 days or 70 days. Yeah. Just go on. Okay.
Right. Eh? Oh. You want to break for tea? No? How will you continue?
Yeah,
Okay.
Ajay,
The next.
Ajay bhai, Ajay, GP Roy here.
Yes,
I
GP,
think
please.
I agree with the veterans who are in person there. So I can see the cross talks also, but all useful talks. So let us proceed. Two important points have been made. One on circulating the draft minutes within a specific period and then get all the comments and do it digital. The other one is formalized through an AGM. The second point is membership list in whatever fashion it's available. Secretary should own the responsibility and circulate. Maybe you take first time, you may take more time, maybe 2 months or something. Then we can do sanitize it once a month or something. And the pin code thing, I'm just jokingly said, since me and Rajiv hold the same pin code, I could help him out. That's joking games. Thank you.
Okay, going on to the next agenda point, which is consideration and approval of the audited accounts for the year ended 31st March 2023. I would,
उसका proposal होगा, उसका seconding होगा, तब जाके पहला point clear होगा, sir.
कौन सा?
जो आपने किया, propose करेगा कोई कि हाँ annual report is adopted, कोई उसको second करेगा, तब जाके ये होता है, sir. कुछ तो professionally करो, boss.
So this,
Yeah, correct. Adoption, na? बस हो गया ना, बस वही बैठे हैं जो कर दो फटाफट नाम लिखो.
GP तुमने नहीं बोला ये, which is very surprising.
नहीं हम बोलने वाला था, तुम तो हमेशा हमसे आगे करते हो ना.
Thank you.
Good point, very good point. I was just about to say that. You have to pass the.
okay, anybody seconds the proposal for the annual report?
I second that.
Okay, done. Okay, very good. Done. Chaliye, let's move forward.
Thank you. Then on to the audited accounts, I would now request our treasurer, Mr. Orpit, to take it forward. Mr. Orpit.
Hello, am I audible? Can you just show the financials, please?
Screen sharing नहीं हो रहा.
Yashwant.
Yashwant is there. Oh. The host is moving from person to person.
Northern Railways.
Yashwant है ही नहीं. Yashwant is the host.
So you've become the host actually because you're admitting, no? So just pass on that host to the Northern Railway. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just pass it.
हाँ वैसे भी ओके इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर पे लेना पेज नंबर 4 थोड़ा बड़ा कर दो
Other people are not able to see.
मेरा फ़ोन है ना लैपटॉप में नहीं हो रहा पेज 4 ओके सो विल टेक द क्वेश्चंस we'll take the okay we'll just explain give me 2 minutes I'll just explain and then we can take the question
मैं जरा प्यार मोहब्बत में बात कर लूँ चले but a time bath. This is my second AGM, so kindly ignore my mistakes. Arpit, are you going to be answering or somebody
I'll
else?
just first explain and then I'll answer everything.
Actually, you'll be explaining.
Yeah, just give me
Okay,
2
sure.
minutes. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay, so page number 4, income and expenditure. So I'll just go with the income first and then I'll come to expenditure. So the income we have received is from membership share from NHQ. वो change है, just next page. Page 4. नीचे वाला एक नीचे. Next page है बस. Okay. So the major income which we have received this year was from membership share, which amounts to 1,30,000, and there are 2 interests which we are receiving. One is interest from FD, and another is interest on saving bank.
Sorry, I'm the only one who can't hear, or everybody can hear?
So now we come to expenditure part.
Sorry, we are not able to
We
hear
can't
you.
hear. We
Hello?
can't hear. Even I
Hello?
cannot hear.
It is not audible online.
Hello? Hello?
Arpit, speak a little louder, please.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, now you are, but still speak a little louder.
Okay. So I was mentioning we have received income from three major heads. One is membership share from NHQ and the interest from saving bank and the FDs. So which amounts to 48,000 from the FDR and the saving bank interest is 28,000 and the membership share is 1,30,000. So now we come to expenditure part, which is more than income. First is EOGM expense, which happened on 30th October, I suppose, which was the handing and taking over of from previous management to the new management after the new elections. And another is audit fees, which was passed in EOGM. And the major expense next is election expense, which was done in which was cancelled due to some reasons. And there was a small facilitation to the national OB members, for which we gave them the trophies from the chapters on the behalf of the chapter. And another is legal expense, which was incurred as Mr. Sumit sir mentioned. There was a case for that. We have paid 1 lakh rupees, and there was a salary. There was a Mayank Sharma who was there with us for 5 months. Then he was relieved, and there was a Zoom license also, but we don't know why it has converted into free, and we are figuring out with the person with whom we purchased it. So this is from income and expenditure, and there is a excess of expenditure of around 1,53,000 this year, and the balance sheet this time. एक पीछे कर देना please, balance sheet. Page number 3. I'm very happy to announce that we did one FD of 14 lakhs in this current financial year, which has been closed. So now the total FD amount has increased from last year's 4 lakhs to 18 lakhs, 18.61 lakhs. And there is one old debtor. We have requested our ex-chairman to follow up this. And there's a bank balance of 53,000 with us. And if we come to liability side, there are sundry creditors which have to be paid. We have attached the annexure as mentioned by Rajiv sir in the last AGM. Please mention all the details with whom we have to make the payment. And now I'm open to answer everything.
Okay, may I? I believe the last EOGM was online or was it?
There were two EOGMs.
Huh.
One was the AGM, which was done on 30th June. Another was on 30th October or 31st October, handing over and taking over of old management to the new management, which was physical. Over here only it happened. And then there was another EOGM on 31st March to appoint the auditor.
तो आज की AGM का बजट कितना है? अखिल को तो चाय नहीं मिली, इसमें 15,000 आपने खर्च किया होगा।
वो सर ये जो रिकॉर्डिंग सेटअप था, it was for that. And NHQ has made that expenditure and we are just reimbursing them.
NHQ made the expenditure.
ठीक है।
On our behalf.
No.
And which is payable in
तो
NHQ.
आगे से फुटनोट लगा दिया करो ना, भला उन पे टालो बजाय कि यहाँ फिर हम अपने डिस्कशंस करते रहे। हम सवाल ही नहीं करेंगे, आपका समय बचेगा।
अगली बार भी सेम आएगा।
हाँ नहीं वो लिखा करो कि ये उनके सिर पे। नेक्स्ट मेरी जो क्वेरी है, मुझे ये थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन कीजिए कि ये 1 लाख रुपया कौन से वकील को क्या फाइट करने के लिए दिया गया?
ये सर एक्सपेंडिचर हुआ था. It was passed. We had a emergency meeting, MC meeting. It was passed duly in MC, but it was restricted to 1 lakh rupees.
सवाल वो नहीं है.
हरप्रीत,
आप सिर्फ इतना बता दो.
Mr. Uppal, advocate
कौन से
Uppal.
वकील को किस झगड़े के लिए दिया गया था?
There was a stay on Delhi chapter for handing over and taking over of.
Sure, which would mean that the then leadership was at fault, because of which a stay was taken, granted by the court, and those who took the stay paid money from their own pocket to get the stay. And people against whom the stay was taken and court in their own rightful judgment granted the stay, billed ISTD for protecting for their wrongdoings. तो मेंबर्स का पैसा मेंबर्स के खिलाफ ही केस के लिए आपने कर लिया. What are you going to be doing? Because मैं इसको पास नहीं होने दूंगा. और what are you going to do to recover this 1 lakh rupees, ताकि आपका जो excess of expenditure over income है can be mitigated? What are you going to do in terms of recovering that money from those guys? Let us put that into the agenda before we discuss any further accounts.
Sir, may I add to that?
1 second, please.
Sure.
See, in the income, as Arpit just now explained, it's 3,61,000, and I have picked up 5 major heads of expenditure, which amounts to 2,85,000. We'll take one by one. EOGM 15,000, some explanation has already been given, so I will not touch upon that, right? Then comes the elections. 84,000 spent on a rigged elections, which 3 legal authorities have given a judgment that it was 100% rigged. Anybody wants to know the report of the judge? I have it. Anybody wants to know what kind of observations I had given based on which the learned judge gave the judgment? Most welcome to approach me for that. So for that elections, 84,000 is first spent out of the members' money. It is rigged. It is proven in court of law and by an inquiry committee by a senior learned judge. And then to defend that action, as Rajiv rightly pointed out, you are paying 1 lakh rupee to an advocate, and which you all heard what Rajiv said. It is members' money. My money is used against me. Whereas our lawyer fought without any money. So what is the, and when we were right, we were proved right. So 2 lakh rupees out of a total income of 3,61,000 has been wasted like this. Or I would say, frittered away for no rhyme or reason. Is this the way you are giving back to the members? So these two expenses together is 2 lakhs almost, 1,84,000. That's absolutely crazy, and as Rajiv said, I am going to put a strong objection. Please record it in the minutes, and it must be recorded in writing as well as in the video, and you have already agreed that you will share the video. So there's no going away from this. Salary 65,000 has been explained. Zoom 21,000 is again on the pretty high side. For 1 year, I don't think it is that expensive. But these two...
So, Mr. You are not audible anymore.
Okay. So my main observations are relating to the election. First, you hold a rigged election, spend 84,000 on that. Then you, for defending your position, you were wrong 100% and it was known to everybody. Three legal authorities. My question to that is, instead of paying this 1 lakh from their pocket, they are again taking it from my pocket. And to top it all, what is the disciplinary action that has been initiated against the wrongdoers? Everything is on paper. 3 legal documents are available. I urge the chapter chairperson to initiate a serious inquiry by an outside committee, ideally of a retired judge or something, because this 2 lakh expenditure cannot be justified under any circumstances. And the whole effort of holding elections repeatedly for no rhyme or reason and troubling the members, I don't see any justification of that. I have very, very strong objections to it. Thank you.
Subit, can I
There
make
is an
a...
ethical, 30 seconds.
So can I
There
pitch in
is
for
an
a minute?
ethical dimension and there is a legal dimension. Legally, this
No, can
amount
I pitch in
is
for a
not
minute?
valid. Ethically, anyone who believes in the ethics of the profession should actually stand against the expenditure, because this amount has to be rightfully recovered from the wrongdoers. So in case you wish to overrule me on ethical grounds, please take it down. I am opposing it, and on this basis, I am not allowing the accounts to be passed. If the members online and members present think that whatever I am talking about, the ethical aspect, is wrong and the unethical way is the right way to do it, kindly pass the election by making a note in the minutes that Rajiv Khurana and maybe some of the other people opposed it, that this should not be passed. And the names must come in the minutes.
Yes, 100%.
One more point on this. See, we need to know what is the philosophy with which the chapter is running. That's very important. I'm adding to the point that you made. See, the idea is that lower in the system who goes against the system, right, fights against the system. And as I understand from what Mr. Rajiv said, and if the chairperson can confirm to the fact that he has said, if that is true, then a blower has gone against the system, made sure that everything was wrong, right? And then the rectification happened. What are we doing to actually motivate this system and this culture to come up? What are we doing for the motivation of the whistleblower? Otherwise, the system will keep on carrying the things like this. Have we taken any step? Do we plan to take any step? Or we are saying that 1 lakh will go to the system itself for defending the system, and when it is over, then everything should be passed. And nothing is going to the, I'm not talking of a specific whistleblower, I'm talking of the whistleblower in general. Do we have any idea around that? Are we thinking on those lines? Or does it even make sense to think on those lines? Or we are saying that no, as an organization we should keep running like this. If some whistleblower comes in, he puts up a fight, and if he wins, then ठीक है, उसका पैसा हम जिसका system will use the money and he'll have to spend he or she, whosoever that person will have to spend his or her own money. But the system is back on track, and let's forget and move ahead.
And also,
to add to that money is also my money. It's
Yeah, that's
members'
what-
money being used against the members.
I would not say
For
your,
our own thing.
I would say a whistleblower's money.
and also that it is perfectly ethical to pass an unethical resolution. Let us be very clear on that and put it on record that today all the members who claim themselves to be ethical in person here and online feel it is great for the sake of continuity that unethical practices must be passed. Kindly do that and write my name as a strong person objecting to it in the minutes.
So Chairperson, if you confirm the minutes that the points that he has said, if it has actually happened like that, then please write my name also. If you confirm to these points, I'm not going, though I also know personally, but I would want a confirmation from the dais itself whether it's true or not. and if it is true, then please put my name also, because otherwise we are not creating the organizational structure. We are actually going against it and just पूरा मतलब हम अंदर से उसको खत्म कर रहे हैं.
And anybody wants the documentation, I have the entire documentation. Simple. You will have to just spend 15-20 minutes to read through the documents. All my emails, my report of 7 pages to the learned judge, and you will come to, and then the learned judge's report, you will come to know everything. If you want the judgment of the court, which put a stay on the transfer of power, that also is available as a judgment. So there is no problem on the documentation. This is all legally documented by 3 legal authorities, not me. And then all that they do is claim 1,84,000 from our money and put it into their pockets for their wrongdoings. आप तो सुन रहे हो ना?
So we'll bring them in.
कोई कुछ बोलता नहीं है, इसलिए जो मंदली धांधली चलाते रहो बस, और सुमित चौधरी को बदनाम करते रहो बस, उसको हराओ किसी तरह. That is the whole trick. एक-एक पोल खोलने लगूं मैं तो यहाँ 36 दिन लग जाएंगे कम से कम. मेरे पास एक-एक रिकॉर्ड है, मैं हवा की बात करता हूं. सुमित चौधरी talks facts on record, and that too legal record. No, lately the solutions have been पुरानी बात भूल जाओ. Each time this happens. नहीं, accounts is no. I'm not saying. I'm saying I'm giving you the past practice.
Due respect, everybody has been listening. I am also
Fair enough.
relatively.
Fair enough.
No, I don't need to.
I was just giving the
No,
past
I don't need
practice.
to.
I was just giving the past.
With due respect, the point has been well made. Now let us talk about the way forward. We cannot live in the past. Right? Point has been well made. It has been documented that there is a expenditure of 1,84,000 for whatever reason. In the wisdom of the previous committee, it was done. It was not done by this committee. Right? Was it done by this committee?
Yes, this committee.
No, that you are wrong. It was done by this committee.
This committee. This committee, बाबा 2 साल का है ना committee का tenure.
Sir,
अच्छा, the expenditure you.
Yes.
हाँ, expenditure was.
expenditure previous committee का हुआ था.
Right.
So this is something that should
They-
be
they
taken
carry
up with the
forward the
national
line.
headquarters or something like that.
Yeah,
Right. I mean, point taken. Here they are just trying to, clean up the mess or whatever. Right. But the fact is, no, 1 minute, bearer, sir. 1 minute. The fact is that once the point has been well made and there is a point of law, Rajiv ji said there is the ethical point, there is a legal point. Everything is done. Now, what is it that we want this committee on the dais to do?
I can suggest.
Please suggest.
Let me put one
Bolliye
point.
sir.
One point. When the budget of a particular financial year is presented, if there are 2 different committees are involved, the earlier committee should be there to answer the past incidents.
Absolutely, that is the process.
This is the
Now, if
normal
in
process.
absence- in their
Maybe people may be same, but the committee stands for 2 different entities. Ideally, they should have been present. As the AGM goes, we have been seeing many AGMs. Now coming to all your valid points of XR is we all are good people, like all members are there. We know the problem, we know the solution. Let us move forward with all.
I am in no way,
What is feasible,
Rajiv, I am in no way condoning that expenditure. No way I am condoning that expenditure. No way condoning. Right, let that be put on record. But what is it that we want the present team on the dais
I
to
will
do?
suggest that.
Yes,
I
that is
suggest
all I
that.
am saying.
I suggest that.
Right, point has been well made.
Yes.
They have not spent 1,84,000.
I will suggest.
They are in all goodness, they are just listening quietly.
I have actually that the old committee should be there. Forget about the old committee. The new 4 members who are current committee are also missing from an important meeting like AGM. All 4 of them missing. Number 1. Number 2. To your point, you are 100% right. But who has signed these documents? Isn't there a responsibility? Then, if you have signed the document, which means you agree with it, what are we discussing? We need to understand signature किसके हैं. And don't forget, जो वकील ने मेरे को बीच में टोक दिया कि the 75% of the old committee is the new committee as far as the 4 office bearers are concerned. Other than Anuva, all 3 were there in that committee. They were all part of that managing committee which created that election fiasco. So what are they defending? And they have put their signatures on this, which means it is they agree with this. So they, bahane kitne bhi bana lo. Now coming to the suggestions, sir, I agree with you, Ajay, that there has to be a solution. First thing, which is never done on wrong things is put it down in the minutes of the meeting. Because आज से 4 साल बाद कोई minutes ही पढ़ सकता है और तो कुछ यहाँ हमने क्या discuss किया पता नहीं. First point is you put it down on the minutes of the meeting. Second, there is a provision here to take disciplinary action. I agree, the chapter managing committee does not have the authority. It has to go to the national council.
That's what I said straight away.
Exactly. But has it
Without
gone?
going into the MOI,
Has it
I'm
gone?
talking logic.
And has it gone? That's the question to ma'am. Next question is, if they have first done the wrong things, then they have signed on the documents which are supposedly audited, and auditor's report पढ़ेंगे आपको और भी बहुत कुछ मिलेगा जो गलत हुए हैं, right? तो मैं उसमें जा ही नहीं रहा, मैं सिर्फ इलेक्शन के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बोल रहा हूँ, because 3,61,000 में से 2 लाख तो इलेक्शन का ही एक्सपेंस हो गया. This is crazy, absolutely mind-boggling. How can we ever do that? I mean, are we all fools sitting here? So please understand, and first is minutes, second is action initiated, departmental inquiry or an inquiry by outsider, give it to the National Council for them to take the final action. Thank you.
Can I use
Then
3 minutes?
it raises a larger issue. Was the management committee empowered to take the decision or not to take the decision?
So
Right.
Leena was our lawyer, by the way.
Right,
She's a
so-
member, so she
If
got
the
the
management
stake.
committee was empowered,
need to listen.
then they have done it. If the management committee was not empowered, then it is.
Anyway, they should pay it from their pockets.
Case goes against the
Case only one, that too not on behalf of ISTD, but on behalf of Mr. Mukesh Jain. The same lawyer, Mr. Uppal, was hired to file a case against ISTD in the same court. Let it be recorded
Right.
also.
Wonderful.
Mr. Uppal, I was the petitioner in the case for stay on election. Mr. Uppal appeared only once and he did not file any reply also. The stay was granted. And then we
So I
filed
have a strong
another case
objection to
on.
this. I have a strong objection to this discussion. As a professional body, we should be discussing issues what आपने जो बताया, whether the amount was passed or not passed, whether it's justified or not, who's authorized. But making personal accusation, I'm totally against it. Now I'm trying to record that.
I'm not making any personal accusation, I'm talking what
Ma'am,
on record. What
Ma'am,
people
please
expect
address the
to
issue. Now to address the issue here, not blame X and Y.
I'm addressing the issue only, sir. I'm addressing the issue only. I'm a little louder because my voice is not being heard.
I thought you were angry.
Mr. Uppal appeared only once, and that too on behalf of an individual ex-chairman, if you don't like the name.
It's not a question of
And
name.
then-
Ma'am. 1 minute. You are going completely digressing from the discussion. Whether who filed the case and which lawyer. 1 minute, ma'am. Can I speak, ma'am?
Sure.
Who was the lawyer? Whether the same lawyer represented 2 parties is not the matter of discussion here. I think I would strongly object that we come back to our agenda. We come back to the point we are discussing. This is ridiculous.
Being a lawyer, I cannot have a
You
conflict
may
of
be a
interest.
lawyer, ma'am. I think I respect your profession, but don't personalize the whole thing.
Akil, you are forgetting that Leena is the lawyer who bought us the stay against the same Uppal. What are you talking?
This is
And
the
why
whole
is
point.
it not a part? No, no, sorry. Akil, sorry.
No, sir.
AGM is for the members and AGM is for the members. If some accounts has been reported, it is
Okay.
third
I
time
got a
we will
point.
discuss.
I think this is
Leena
enough.
knows the case in and out. She was the one
I
who
don't
bought
care
us
about
the
Leena
stay
or anybody
without
else.
charging a
Can I
rupee.
speak to it? No, whether she's their generous or not, we're not here propagating Leena generosity.
No, no, not generosity. She knows the case in and out.
1 minute, sir.
No, no.
Can I
She
speak?
was the one. Yeah,
Can I
please.
speak? The point I'm making, Madam President, that ISTD is spending more time discussing absolute topics which are non-professionally related. They are not valid. I'm not saying, can I speak, ma'am? Can you switch it off? Can you mute her?
I'll give you 3 minutes. I'm using
Can I
my
request the
2
mute
minutes.
her? I
You can
think
mute me.
the point has been made about the accounts.
Let us.
1 minute.
Let us speak for 5 minutes.
No, no, I think this is
You can come,
there must be topic to discuss.
Yeah, I think.
So my suggestion, ma'am, we have received very serious objections from many members, including Arvind, Sumit, Rajiv, we should respect that, record it. And this committee is not empowered to investigate. Let's understand your limitations. Take this matter up to the national president.
So we are not able to hear you.
I think this is part of this guy is having a cup of chai.
I think I was muted. I'm just making one simple point about legal expenses. I'm not going personal here.
Ma'am, can I finish my
filed a
talk
case,
or unless you want to talk one way?
An election petition.
This is sounding like Arnab's TV.
Mr. Uppal appeared just once in that matter. Next 15 days, Mr. Uppal filed a case against ISTD on behalf of ex-chairman.
What difference does it make to us?
Was
Who's Mr. Uppal? I don't care.
stored in the accounts was for one appearance by
Let me
Mr.
mute
Uppal
her.
in Deena Sharma versus ISTD, or it was Mr. Mukesh and other.
You are making personal accusations and you should
You can
desist from
mute me,
it.
sir, that would help you.
No, I think you should restrain yourself from making personal accusations.
What you are saying.
I think you are bringing names of people who are not in the meeting here. Can we have some etiquette?
Past actions were wrong.
What is
We have
that?
to anticipate and we have to think about it, we have to discuss it, so that the same is not repeated.
Yeah, but sir, let us not get personalized and say which lawyer was hired and which lawyer charged 1 rupee fee. You should note this issue, ma'am, pass it to the national president to take a decision on this matter, and whether she wants to investigate, whether she wants to take it further, she should address these 3 members who are objecting here. She should not let it die down. These 3 members have raised an objection, she should reply to them, and if necessary, if she considers fit, have a meeting with them. You are not authorized to discuss this. Let us put this plain on the table. You are discussing something which you are not authorized to discuss.
Can I make a suggestion here, please, which can work? Okay, please. Authorized or non-authorized is a different point.
उनको बोल दे चाय अंदर ले आ दे.
सर, चाय से गर्मी कम हो जाएगी, 2 मिनट रुक जाओ. सुन लो पहले.
और जोश आ जाएगा.
I'm sorry for a change. I am not agreeing with you. They have signed on this document. Those figures we are.
This committee is allowed to answer that.
This committee has signed it, Baba.
No, okay, we are going cross. Please, may I make a humble submission for the consideration of all the members to pass a judgment in terms of biomedia. I agree with what you say. Let us think in terms of the future of ISTD. We should take the matter of any other matter with the permission of the chair. But till such time, when it comes to this issue, if you say, let us pass the accounts.
No,
एक
pass it
सेकंड ना
on.
सर, मुझे 2 मिनट.
Pass it objection.
सर नहीं, सर. चाहे मैं बाद में आप पिलाऊंगा, मेरी बात सुनो, मैं आप
Slow.
any 5 star I can take.
पिला दे, फिर कौन सुनेगा?
सुनो जरा. Issue is very clear. One, if you pass this expense now, this only proves all members present in this physical meeting and online meeting are absolute bunch of unethical people. A second, please. Now let me come.
Yes.
ड्रामा नहीं मैं करूँगा,
आप सुन ही रहे हो ना।
अब आगे सुनो, सोल्यूशन बताता हूँ। सोल्यूशन बड़ा सिंपल है. We will not pass this. We keep this clause in abeyance. In the meantime, this committee, who's also signed it, should write to the national office in terms of seeking advice on how to recover. Take legal opinion in terms of how to recover.
No.
Because sir,
You
मुझे
have
बोलने
to
दो ना
say we
सर.
have to recover.
मुझे बोलने दो. फिर आप बोलना.
Go ahead, go ahead.
उसमें क्या मुश्किल था? मैंने आपको रोका है क्या? अब अर्नब तो स्वामी मुझे डिबेट ना खुद क्रिएट करो. मैं तो 1-to-1 चल रहा हूँ. अब मत पास करो. Because मैं अपने आप को unethical prove नहीं करना चाहता.
You are very ethical. I appreciate that. I respect
And
that.
I don't need to give my certificates for
But,
this.
sir, the point is,
Sir, मुझे बोलने
let
दो.
the accounts be recorded that Rajiv and Sumit and Arvind and
No, no.
whoever
Okay.
have objected to it.
Okay, in
It's
which
not
case?
university pass.
In which
It-
case?
one minute,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
It is not university
Can we
pass.
conclude this?
No.
No.
You cannot
You-
conclude
no, no,
this
no.
because this is
Hang
a
on,
very
hang on,
important
hang on.
point.
You cannot ask them to
I've
recover.
heard you enough.
How can you ask them to
Hang on.
recover?
एक second, sir.
You
बात
can't-
तो करने दो मेरे को.
No, you have already said what you wanted to say, right?
आराम से.
No, you also shouted, right?
ये तो मैंने अपने के साथ अपना सेट किया था. आपने मेरा
You
सेट
just
देखा नहीं हुआ.
shouted. You just
मैंने अपने
shouted.
को बात करी थी. उसके बाद क्या बोला? ये
So,
मैं
so,
गुस्से में नहीं हूँ.
so you,
style है.
have you had your say? Have you had your
Let me
say?
just complete it now.
Please.
I can, match you on the voice quality.
No.
Maybe much better than bigger than.
What do you want to do?
I think.
सुन लो ना एक मिनट.
I take objection to that.
एक मिनट
No,
सुन लो.
definitely not.
तो ठीक है.
You
रिकॉर्ड करो कि मैं
you
आपको
cannot
कर रहा हूँ.
Rajiv,
कुछ
you
रिकॉर्ड
cannot
करो.
monopolize.
रिकॉर्ड करो कि you are a bundle वाले दिखे.
You cannot monopolize. You cannot monopolize. There are 800 members. You can't just speak in-
Rajiv Khurana and Sumit Chaudhary say that if this is passed, all the people
Fine,
who are
fine.
agreeing to it are
Fine,
about
that's it. Okay.
Yes.
We'll put it to vote. We shall put it to
वोट
vote.
नहीं है हमारा object. वोट
Your
आप दोनों
objection
की
will
कराओ.
be recorded.
वोट आप दोनों की करो, ये रिकॉर्ड करो.
1 minute. Sumit ji and Rajiv ji, from the beginning we've been referring to the wonderful blue book. Thank you. What does the blue book say in event of account not being passed? What is to be done?
I'll point out, sir, if our books don't get passed, it will not go to the NHQ and they will not add it to their whole thing. Yes. And elections are way forward. If we do not get it passed, next year we won't be participating in the election.
But there will be a continuity of this managing committee for 1 full year.
Yeah,
during
I
which
agree.
time you have to keep communicating with NHQ that because the books are not being passed because of this hurdle, please help sort it out,
Fine,
work
fine,
on it, and
that's
then
your,
we proceed
that's
forward.
your opinion. That's your opinion. We are putting it to vote.
To take action which you want to take.
So I'm putting this agenda item to vote. Both people who are present here and those who are online, those who are in favor of the audited accounts, please raise your hand. Please,
That's
please
one thing.
don't. Please don't.
Sir,
I'm putting it to vote.
You can't vote an illegal thing here.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
That is what we are requesting, sir. Whatever you do, please record it in as strong words as we are saying. That's all we are. हमारा आप हमारे नाम से रिकॉर्ड करिए ना डिसेंट. मैं कहाँ मना कर रहा हूँ?
That's what we have already.
बिल्कुल करिए.
Again, one solution is very
ये
simple.
बहुत सुन लिया मैंने बहुत सालों से. हाँ जी.
You should record the objection of members.
That we have.
One minute. We should openly record that all members were not passing this unanimously. A, B, C, D members were on call, and the lady, I don't know her name, ma'am, put her name, put everybody who object to it, that they have objected to this matter. You have no right to say we will investigate. You have no right, please understand your limitation. You can say these minutes were passed with objection from ex-members, and now it is for the national headquarters, the national president to intervene and look what he or she wants to do. You have no right to suggest that we must investigate and recover money.
That we are suggesting. That we are suggesting.
Just
Yeah,
put it
we are
on the
suggesting.
ठीक है, बस
Put it on paper.
you write down
Recording stopped.
Recording stopped.
Let us hear the views of the chair. Recording.
Recording in progress.
हमारा रिकॉर्ड ही नहीं हुआ इसका वेरी बैड
ओ पहले आपका रिकॉर्ड हो गया आपका रिकॉर्ड तो दीवारों में रिकॉर्ड हो गया सुनील जी रिकॉर्ड
थैंक यू सो मच
whoever wants to answer please give a view.
Sir, I have one question. What is the time we are planning to conclude the meeting today?
there is no concluding time for AGM now
We should be clear at least with the points we want to conclude on.
Starting time होता है concluding time तो
नहीं होता
When the problem is we are still progressing as a country.
yes
Unfortunately, we are not reaching to any conclusion, and the development we've seen is, I'm sorry, it is in a very, very sorry
इतने
state.
सालों का बैकलॉग है मैम थोड़े टाइम तो निकालने दीजिए ना
तो नई कमेटी को आगे चलने दीजिए, but
आगे यही तो होता आ रहा है
रोक नहीं रहे ना उनको बोलने दीजिए
तो आप काउंटर मेजर्स की बात कीजिए ना।
काउंटर मेजर्स तुम सजेस्ट के रिकॉर्ड नहीं करेंगे ना आपको पता नहीं है ना हिस्ट्री बैक
you don't have any viewpoint on this
सर मेरा पैसा जो गया, अगर वो गया आप एक बात सोचिए, मेरा जो पैसा गया वो एक छोटा अमाउंट है, अगर मैं आगे कमाने का सोचूंगी या उसको बैठे
भाई आप इसी तरह से आपको कोई मर्डर कर जाए और आपकी फैमिली बोलेगी कि पार्डन माय यूजिंग स्ट्रांग लैंग्वेज बोलेगी कि वो तो एक हो गया वो तो आप this kind of a logic doesn't hold.
Can we have some quiet?
3,61,000 में से 2,85,000 के मोटे-मोटे सूरज एक
We have already recorded your objection.
Very good.
Yeah.
I would just like to know who all are objecting for this.
One, two.
Can you
make suggestions of how this needs to be recorded
We want to have your view. Then
you can
say, na?
please understand that I will have to get all the facts and figure clear. I will not give the comments like that. Definitely it will be considered, Abhishek. I can say that. Trust me.
That's also
Yeah.
valid view. Valid view.
I will not I will do the due diligence and yes, will record this to two of the day. Anyone from the online, please. Anyone who has an objection to this?
अनुपा जी आपने तो बोला है ना उसको रिकॉर्ड कर दो कि that you will be doing your due diligence on this
It's from the recording. It's been recorded, sir.
They will not do due diligence.
यही इन्होंने
They
बोला
have no right to do it.
इन्होंने अपनी बोला
अरे फैक्ट फाइंडिंग तो करेंगे अभी क्या बात कर रहे हो यार चैप्टर कमेटी फैक्ट फाइंडिंग नहीं करेगी ऐसी हवा में हो जाएंगी
Sir, they will start
Sorry, boss, क्या बोल रहे हो आप
This chapter cannot fact find the previous chapter.
Why not? Why not? अरे कैसे
This committee will discuss it. अब मुकेश सिंह को बुला के बोलेंगे बोलो. अरे नहीं हो सकता यार.
अरे डॉक्यूमेंटेशन तो देख सकते हैं क्या डॉक्यूमेंट पे अवेलेबल
Pressure
है
president do their dirty job.
fair enough agreed ultimate
Okay, file. So we have an answer.
Please tell
You
me.
have no business or right or even authority. Let me put it very blunt. To investigate your previous policy.
investigate can
You can refer this to NP. There is a strong objection from some members here. If they want, their name should be recorded. There is a strong objection about mishandling of this money, and the matter should be gone through. Due diligence must be conducted on this, as you feel, and keep the members informed. So Rajiv must be informed. Arvind, you have a right to ask the question, but you have no right or authority or business to take free discussion.
So just wanted to know the objections have been raised by Rajiv sir, Sumit Chaudhary sir, anyone from the online who has this objection? Leena. Okay, Arvind.
Other than Rajiv,